What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily. Let's get into the tech news. Our first story of the day is about the Galaxy Z Fold 3 and the Galaxy Note series. Now, this is coming from a tweet and I couldn't find it myself. I Googled it. Maybe you can find it. I don't know if it was pulled from a Korean news article and translated, and that's why I can't officially find this quote. But it's seemingly real and it's a little bit scary if you're a Note fan. With that said, let's dive into this tweet. It's coming from Anthony the Galax, and he puts in quote, "The foldable phone lineup with lower prices will fill the void of the Galaxy Note." And he's putting Samsung as the company or persons that has officially said this quote. Now, if this is true, this is looking like your beloved Galaxy Note phone would never come back, seemingly at this point. It's seeming like they would potentially throw all of their roses, their buds, their food, their whatever you want to call it, into the same bucket, and that's where they would live. So if you're looking at grabbing potentially the Galaxy Note 22, when that would maybe come out this coming year, it's probably, and looking like it might not, this quote again is true, that they would be putting almost, I should have said eggs, I said food, I don't know why, putting all their eggs in one basket. And it makes sense kind of because this is the first year, the Fold 3 and the Flip 3, where seemingly, and there's been rumors about it, that they're going to put a lot of advertising and a big push behind these phones because they seemingly think they're in that next generation where, you know, they've been out for a couple of years, people know how to use them, people like it, people love it, you know, they've got their own fan base now, and now it's time to build that out. Whereas, you know, the candy bar phones that we have today are kind of a dime a dozen at this point. You can pick up a really good candy bar phone, such as the Pixel 5a for $450, and this can basically do everything you want on this phone. And like, why do you need to spend, you know, $600, $700, $800 more than you can do on, you know, this phone? That's where we're getting at. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see this, you know, take over the Note line, especially with it having S Pen support, and then that S Pen support's going to grow over time with probably Bluetooth support, maybe a place to actually house the S Pen. There's so many ways that this is going to improve over the years to come for the Galaxy Z Fold line. And our last story of the day for everyone that loves Galaxy Z Fold phones like myself. I know a couple of you in the comments like, "It's only talk about." Let me tell you something, guys. The reason, if you've noticed, I follow the trends of what's coming out for mostly Samsung and other phone manufacturers and other mobile products as well. If you do that, what ends up happening is you go through a stage where a lot of the news is that single type of product, Flip 3, Fold 3. And that's kind of what we're living on right now. Once in another month from now, probably won't be doing a lot of news on it. Maybe less than that. Probably a lot of news on, you know, the S22 or the new iPhones or the new Pixel phones. It's gonna be like that stuff. So for you people in the comments, the little peanut gallery, relax. Let's get into the story. So pretty crazy. Galaxy Z Fold 3 is potentially not sold out, but it's getting to that point where it is kind of pushed back. Now, they sell the carrier versions, but I went on Samsung.com and I saw some of the carrier versions were in stock, some were a little bit pushed back into September, but this is just the unlocked version. So if you look at the 256 unlocked version, you see you have to be pushed back a little bit. It looks like you won't be getting this until September 3rd for the black, September 23rd for the green, and September 8th for the silver. But if you want it to be delivered this upcoming week, get the 512. That's your saving grace. You can get it shipped by August 27th, if not sooner than that, if you get the 512 gigabyte version. So if you're still really interested in buying this phone, I'll link it down below. And you want it this week, your best opportunity is going to get the 512. Most people don't want that. Now, some of the carrier versions of the 512 are pushed back slightly on Samsung's website. So ultimately, check Samsung's website first, because it's much easier to get the pre-order gifts and things like that rather than going through the carriers, which I will have a video of how you do get those pre-order gifts. Other than that, yeah, just get it through Samsung, I would tell you. That's where I always get my phones too. And they generally are pretty good about getting these phones pushed out on time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. Question out to you guys is, how do you feel about the Note line potentially being DEAD and being completely overtaken by the Z Fold series? Let me know how that makes you feel in the comments down below. Would it make you completely switch out of Samsung? Would it make you want to go to the fold line? Would it make you just live with an older Note phone? Let me know in the comments down below. And then two other pieces. I forgot to thank this. First of all, thank you always to my Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. Some of you guys have been doing this for like years at this point with the Patreon. Like I've got guys in there for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years that have been, supporting me through Patreon. So if you want to support through my Patreon and get your name, blasted on this screen every time that I do my new show, then that's how you join up. But I do have a new Patreon supporter, and he is a super ultimate fan. He is Michael Pritchard, and also you can see Jeremy Cunion on there as well. But Michael Pritchard is the newest super ultimate fan. Thank you so much. And you can also see my other super fans on there below, with Ask Tom and Johnny Mesa, and then some other fans as well, David Jadwin, Kim Bridge, and David Tucky. And then one other thing I wanted to ask you guys, these new shows are generally pretty short. Usually they're 3 to 6 minutes, somewhere in there. Would you guys like it if at the end of me doing the news, maybe for the last, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes additionally, so the show would be usually maybe 8 to 10 minutes overall, where I did kind of a Q&A. I answered your questions that you either left in the comments or that you sent me through social media. Would that be of interest of you guys? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace.